Hey guys, so today I'm reviewing Beyond the Gate Season 1, Episode 60, and this week's episode was pretty decent. It was okay, it was a good start to the week, and as you know, there was no new episode yesterday because of Memorial Day, so we're starting off today's episode. So the episode starts off with Chelsea and Kat at dinner catching up, and Chelsea basically tells Kat that she came out to her mom Danny, and she was basically telling her everything about the girl she was seeing, and she was also telling her, and then so Kat was telling her about how Tomas was telling her how wrong she was about Eva, and Chelsea was actually agreeing with Tomas, and Kat was feeling some type of way about it. So then in the middle of their conversation, Tomas ends up showing up, and Chelsea ends up leaving, giving them privacy. So then Kat and Tomas end up talking, and basically Tomas basically tells Kat that she's wrong about Eva, and the reason he's telling her that because he's mentoring this boy who grew up with no father, and he's like a father figure to him. So he feels bad for Eva, and obviously Kat's not letting up, and he's basically saying, well, he doesn't care if she never likes Eva because he wants her to like him. So they end up kissing, whatever, making up, and everything's cool with her and Tomas. So then we get to Bill and Haley. Well, no, let's get to Martin and Smitty first. Martin and Smitty are at dinner talking, and Martin brings up, Bill saying that he has something over Martin. And Martin basically tells Smitty that it's nothing. It's just Bill asserting his power and this and that. And Smitty's like, are you sure? He's like, yes, I'm sure. It's nothing to worry about. So then they end up making up, and they end up, leaving for dinner. So then Jessica comes over to come see Tyrell, and Jessica basically tells Samantha that she likes Tyrell and what to do since she's a sister. And Samantha basically just tells Jessica to go for it because Tyrell's not going to make the move. So while Jessica and Tyrell are by themselves, Jessica ends up kissing Tyrell, and Samantha walks in, walks out, and they end up kissing. So then Haley and Bill are going to dinner, and they run into Tomas, and Bill basically tells Tomas, about about the business stuff and everything. He's basically like, oh yeah, you can say it in front of my wife because we don't hold no secrets and this and that and the third. And he basically tells him he needs his paperwork by an hour. So then Haley and Bill are talking at dinner, and basically Haley reveals that she's pregnant, and Chelsea walks in and overhears them, and she basically is upset about it, saying that you better hope nobody else hears about this because the moment they do, it's over for you guys and this and that and the third, and you and that baby's going to get scrutinized. And Haley's basically like, oh, you thought this was just a fling and he was going to get back together with your mom? You were sadly mistaken. So then we get to Anita and Tracy. Anita and Tracy are rehashing old wounds, and basically, they're going through all the emotions. And Anita basically admits that she was a selfish person, she was ruthless, and this and that, third. And even though they were getting to it at first, Anita and Tracy finally make up, and Tracy agrees to doing the articulate reunion. So then Tracy leaves, and Anita and Vernon end up having a moment, and Anita basically tells Vernon that she was a bad person in her past, and this and that and third. And she ends up crying over Vernon's shoulder, and he basically comforts her, telling her it's all right. So that was the end of this episode, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 61.